Hello everybody, Sergeant Solj here and you're back with How to Rust, and we're making a revisit to the water base that I put out a day or two ago because a lot of people had questions about it and how to build it and whatnot, and I said this to them and I'm going to say it to you guys now. It's really hard to recreate water bases, especially ones that are in the deep water like this one is, way out here in the ocean. It's so hard because the ground slope under the water is a lot different in different places of the map. So in this particular case, the slope is a lot different than in the first video, and I wasn't able to build it the exact same way. So not only that, there were a few things that I kind of screwed up on in the last video that I wanted to fix should I do another video, and it's going to be reflected in this one. So I'm going to do my best to go as slowly as possible during this build so you guys can see exactly how it was done. And if you have any questions afterwards, please feel free to ask them in the comment section. So starting off, we're going to dive under the water here. I have it set up with the same entrance, the 2x3. Now, you could do all empty doors like I did, or you can do one solid, doorway with walls around the rest of this so that you don't end up getting lost or stuck or something. It's completely up to you. I just did doorways because, I felt it was a little bit easier than having walls so that you can kind of swim freely through any door that you want. But it's your base. Do what you want. Now, in this particular spot, it was one foundation length further away for the swim up. However, with the slope, this is a foundation. We couldn't fit a foundation below it. We had to do one above, so we had to adjust. Now, as soon as you go up from here, we enter into the main portion of the base. I put 2 airlocks here, just for shits and giggles. I mean, if you want, you can completely remove this one and completely remove this one and put walls instead, and it works perfectly fine. But the whole first layer, I have pillars already done. Personally, I prefer doing the outer walls and the pillars first before filling the rooms in, because sometimes it's hard to go back and add pillars afterwards. So this is all of our honeycombing. The honeycombing has the walls up, it has its pillars up. Basically, you're just going to fill all this in. So I'm going to do that real quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, so all of our honeycombing is now done. It is filled with ceilings and walls and everything to try to get the stability as high as possible. And looking at this floor, they're all at 100%. We did a good job. It's perfect. As soon as we start going above the water, you can add pillars still, but you really don't have to because we don't want to go too high with this base, but just high enough that we can live comfortably. So at this point, we're now going to fill in a little bit on the inside with honeycombing. Not a whole lot, just enough that we can get to the center room here and not drown, hopefully. So actually, we need to add our pillars in. So add the pillars. Go. There we go. There we go. Alright, good. Now our center room here is what's going to be used to swim up. So let's see. What's a good place to start? Let's start from here. We'll go, yep, that's a good spot. Alright. So we're going to wall that off, wall that off, wall that off, and that off. Oh, no, we gotta do that one too. Alright, now we're going to go through, we're going to start capping all these. And it's starting to get dark now, so we might have to pause this video. Yep, it's getting real dark. Okay, we're going to pause this, and we'll be right back. Okay, it's just light enough that we can start to see again, so let's pick this back up. I'm going to start building this so that we can get to the center room here and start our travels to the top portion of our base above the water. I'm pretty excited. You guys excited? I'm excited. Alright. Put our pillars in now on this second layer. There we go. Now we start going around this way like that. Looks pretty good, I think. Yep, I think it looks pretty good. Alright, now from here, place, thank you. From here, we're actually going to seal all of this up with floors. Like so. Like that. Oh. There we go. Like that. Okay. So, swim over here. This is our entrance area right here. We swim through this, go up through this door, hang a right, go up again, through this door this way, and bam, there we go. Now, need to add ourselves a pillar in here as well. Alright, that looks pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Gonna go ahead and now add all the rest of these pillars here that we forgot to add in. This is a lot easier when you can fly around the water, because when you gotta swim, it's so much slower. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, now, we go back and we place a whole bunch of ladders. Now, for these parts, it's not a big deal because you could swim up, but in this particular spot here, you need a ladder to get up and out of the water. So, I'm not going to craft it. I'm just going to call it in with magic. Look, magic. Poof, Christmas spirit. Alright, now, getting the ladder placed correctly. I prefer placing mine offset from the center, but if you like placing yours in the center, feel free to do so. Put it like that. That's not too bad. I think that'll work. Now, the last base that we had, we did not put a doorway. It was just an empty platform for the raider to jump up onto. We should have put a door there. And why we put a door there is for this reason. If they try to blow the door or the doorway or anything like that, it's actually going to break the ladder. So, really, you don't need to remove the ladder in this case anymore because there's nothing they can do from here. If they do any type of explosive raiding, they're just going to have taken the ladder out. So, granted, they could probably find a way to shoot the door or pick the door or something like that. It does take a little bit of damage, but at that point, hopefully, you'll have a way to defend yourself, or maybe even it'll slow the raid down, who knows. But from here, we're going to go around and we're going to finish honeycombing this bottom portion that's still above the water. So, give me a minute to do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, then we have all of our honeycombing done. Our first, second, and I think even third layer are now fully honeycombed, fully pillared, and we're ready to start the top portion of the base that's above the water. And then we're just going to keep going from there, and we'll probably go 3, 4, 5, maybe stories up. But when you guys do your honeycombing, it's completely up to you, but I prefer doing the honeycombing so that when the corners, it has the outsides, the hardened surface of the wall facing out, so that if they come in through a corner, they're looking at the hard surfaces. Now, with metal, you don't really have to do that. It's not too big of a deal, but when using wood and whatnot, and even stone, it's probably a good idea to do it that way. But that's completely up to you guys. You're the ones living in this base. So, before we do the floors, I'm just going to fly around and give us a little bit of protection here. When you guys are building your base, you definitely want to do this as well, because you don't want to get shot while you're placing floors. Definitely bad times if you do that. There we go. Alright, so we'll do that one first. Now we can finally land because... Oh, lag. The lag got me. Now we can finally land and place all these instead of flying around. This kind of stuff is real easy. No big deal. Alright. There we go. Looks pretty good. Oh, I covered that up. Whoops. Don't cover up your hole. You definitely need that. Alright, now from here, this is where you kind of got to get smart, because you need to place your tool cupboard on this very first level as soon as it gets out of the water. So, we have our doorway here, and honestly, I think we should probably do our tool cupboards on this backside. So, let me call in a couple cupboards, like that. Magic. Now, sometimes this works, and sometimes it doesn't. It's real finicky. Oh, oh, oh. Got one. Sometimes it's real finicky, and it can be a huge pain in the butt to get it to do it. But if you get lucky, like I just did, and got it, awesome. If you get lucky, it really, really works well. Alright. Oh. Alright, now to place the last one, you just got to get below the foundation level, and let's see, right about there. And hope that you're able to place it in the right spot. Now for me, I'm flying. It's a lot easier. For you guys, it might take a little bit of trial and error, but I believe you can do it. There we go. We have our 3 tool cupboards in a very tight area, but it's also giving us the projection that we need down into the water, which, if we look, it goes all the way down here. And it also butts up right next to the base. So they could build Right there. It's pretty far down. You're not really going to be able to do a whole lot with that. And it's going to be the same with the other side. The only thing that's going to be vulnerable is the front and the back side here, because the downward projections are going left and right, but not this way. That being said, they're going to be able to build like right here. Oh, can't see. Can't see. Like that. So they might be able to do something with this. They might get up a level or two, but that's why we have all this honeycombing. If they're going to blow their way with C4, they're going to be wasting a lot of C4. If they're going to shoot it with rockets, they're still going to be wasting a lot of rockets. So from here, we're going to actually barricade all these in. First with our honeycombing. Now this one is going to be susceptible from the outside. There really isn't a whole lot we can do about that. It's just the width of the base. If you want to make it one wider, if you can, feel free to do so. It's probably not a bad idea. Let's see here. Actually, I think that might work for us. Does it line up? Oh, it does line up. Look at that. All right. So we're just going to make this one wider in this particular spot just to give our tool cupboard a little bit of extra protection. We want them to have to blow through that empty room in front of the tool cupboard, the honeycomb, before they're able to take the tool cupboard out. See, this is why I said, no two water bases are ever going to be the same, because you always have to make adjustments here and there for different things. So there's that. Now on this side, that's going to be a lot more difficult. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it to go on this side. Maybe. Just maybe. Probably not. Oh, look at that. We did it. We did it. See, I used the full foundation height difference in order to make these line up perfectly. That's just how I am about my bases. I like them to be as symmetrical as possible. If you guys aren't the same way and you're like, oh, a half height, that's no big deal. I can make that work. Feel free to do so. So, okay. We're already looking at a completely different base now, as you guys see. I'm trying to make adjustments on the fly, and, we're looking at a completely different build. But for the most part, it's still the same. It's still using the same tips that I used in that first video. The tool cupboards and, all the extra honeycombing and whatnot. It's still kind of the same. But hopefully you guys are getting at that no two bases are ever going to be the same, 100%. Unless it's a really small build on the land. Then that one's easier. But when you're looking at a medium or large size build, it's just not always going to be there. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and add our floors in now. Do you have to add them in? No, you can probably get away with not doing it, but if I'm doing a video, we might as well be thorough, right? Come on. Thank you. All the way up. Okay. All the way up. Alright, one more. Come on, go. 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 There we go. Sorry that we're wasting time doing this instead of doing the actual build itself, but it just goes to show you gotta be flexible. There we go, that's better. Alright, we now have a whole extra layer of honeycombing on this side. Not too bad. I'll take that. Extra honeycombing is never a bad thing. Throw our pillars in. I think we'll do this one the last layer of pillars, because we don't really need them at this point anymore. Oh yeah, okay, so now our tool cupboard has an extra box of honeycomb protection. That's great, that's exactly what we want to see. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to start boxing in the rest of this floor, because we're not going to do anything with it. Oh no, I made the tool cupboard one too low? Nope, nope, I got it. Yes! Alright. So now we're going to pillar all this up and honeycomb it, and we'll be right back. Okay, so our base has taken on a much different shape at this point. We now have extra honeycombing layer on the top and an extra single square on the bottom there, but all in all, it's still looking pretty much the same. All the honeycombing is now done, and our door up from the center here, which is surrounded by 2 layers of honeycombing almost all the way around, now leads to this doorway here and a ladder up. Now, the reason I put the ladder here instead of in this room is because the stairs from our tool cupboard slanting actually are going to stick through the wall. And if we get raided, we don't want to tip them off that there's a stair there, because they might think, hey, stair, tool cupboard, let's pop this wall. We don't want that. So all the rest of this is all surrounded, all honeycombed. I'm going to start layering on some floors, like so. And then we're actually going to start doing the real base design. So bear with me for a minute here while I go ahead and throw all these on. Be right back. Okay, so now everything's covered up. The only thing we have left exposed is our opening here with the ladder. The very first thing we're going to do is just cover that up with walls and a doorway, like so. And then, personally, I prefer not putting my windows so low to the water. So I'm going to do walls on this level. If you are okay with it, you can do windows if you want. But I'm one of those people that feel like, you know, you really want to put more distance between the bottom of the water and where you're going to be either shooting from or putting all your stuff. So once again, we're going to fill this up with more honeycombing and probably find a way to snake this this ladder up and around. I don't know, maybe we'll put it back here on this side. We'll figure something out, but we'll be right back. Okay, it looks like we got it all done. Basically what we're doing here is we're going up from here and we're winding around through a bunch of doors to go up again. Now the reason I did this through all these doors is because if someone is going through the doors, perhaps they happen to find that magic ladder room right here like Kip and Papa Pete did in our last video at the water base. They're going to need to go through doors in order to keep going, because maybe they don't want to take walls down. Maybe they just want to keep doors because they know that's the path that you have to go at this point. So by adding all these extra doors in, it's basically just going to give them more C4 to waste. Also, you probably noticed that I didn't use any pillars at this point in the build. We really don't need them. I mean, we're looking at 100% stability on that floor there. We're not going to go too many more floors higher. Maybe 3 tops. But from here, we're just going to throw some more floors up. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be right back. Alright, so there we have it, all our floors up. Also, I made a mistake. I put the ladder against this wall when it actually needs to be back on the same wall with the doorway. So, at this point, I would say it's probably pretty safe to do your first layer of windows. I like staggering my windows like this. Nope, that one. Thank you. That way it gives you something to hide behind. Yeah. And with the way that the game works, you could be attacked from pretty much all directions. So having that safety window, I guess you could say, that safety wall, isn't exactly a bad thing. So we'll put one more window there, and then we'll do all walls on the backside, because nobody's going to be attacking us from the ocean, more than likely. Oh, no, walls. Yep, there we go. And then we'll just do our little pattern here. Oh, we got an odd number here. Oh well, that's okay. I like it. I think that'll work. So now we go ahead and we throw up all these walls like so. The reason that I did it in this side of the elevator shaft instead of this side was because you don't want to come up out of the room here and then just immediately get shot by an open window. That's not how we want to play this game. We want to be able to at least get up onto the floor safely and then get shot by an open window. So from this point, you know, the base is really just how you want to build it. I did too high in the certain spots. But I also like to put little nooks like this. And we'll leave that one open. Oh wait, no. Yeah, that's a window. We'll leave this one open like that. And then we'll leave that one open. Just so that if you're shooting at someone, you have the chance to back behind a wall. If you're not able to back behind a wall here, if there's multiple people shooting from multiple directions, it gives you somewhere to at least bounce back to. So from here, you know, we can pretty much do whatever. We can do some more honeycombing, of course. But this is really the weakness to the base because this is all open so that you're able to shoot out. Now, honestly, if you want to, I would suggest if you're going to do loot rooms to probably do it on this floor down here, right before the window floor. There's plenty of space to do it. For example, we have, let's see here, this room here, 2 layers of honeycombing on either side of this. Like there's plenty of space to do it. Let's go ahead and we're going to do it on this side because the ocean is on that side. And we're a lot less likely to get attacked from the ocean side because it's going to be a lot harder to build a raid tower to shoot rockets from. So, we'll go ahead and do that. Get some shelves. Bunch of furnaces, bunch of chests. Like so. Now, doing your loot room in a 1x1 like this, it's completely up to you how you want to do it. A lot of people do it a lot of different ways. I'm sure my way is going to be a lot different than other people, but I prefer putting a chest up here like this, if I can get it to go, and then one going across like that, so that you're able to get a sign onto this here shelf, if you're able to. And then here, for the furnace room, I like putting my top ones further back, like so. Making sure that the back isn't going through the wall there, and then using the bottom shelf to put forward ones, and then you could put a couple more on the floor here before sealing it up with the doorway, like so. But that's pretty much it for this build. Like, I really don't have a whole lot more to go over. Everything from the top up is pretty much just normal base building now. However you do your shooting windows or the upper portion of your base, you know, it's completely up to you. This floor right here with the windows is the weakness for honeycombing. So if you want to actually put your loot room on this floor instead and surround it by all the honeycombing and put your windows one higher, that would work perfectly fine, and it's actually probably preferred than to do it the way that I did it, but it's completely up to you as the builder. All bases are going to look different. You know, you can't look at a design on YouTube and be like, I want to build it just like that, unless it's a really small, easy design to do. Larger designs like this, such as the water base that I did in the previous video, and this one, they're completely different. And I probably said that about a dozen times now, so I know I'm starting to ramble. But anyway, that's it for this video, this episode of How to Rust Sergeant Solj. We revisited the water base to try to show you guys how to do it, and I don't know if I succeeded or not. If this helped you guys, please let me know in the comment section. If it made it worse, or if I messed something up, please let me know as well so I know how to fix it for next time. And we'll see you in the next How to Rust video. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching How to Rust, a series for new players to the game of Rust. If you have any ideas for future episodes that could be useful to new players, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments section of this video.